Is Yamato dead or no? Versus Sardaco, he's got a really solid chance. But I don't know how warrior versus rogue duels go. All I know is at the highest end, rogue wins. Every time. Well, not every time, but it should win. I don't... At their skill level, I have no clue. And I also don't know when everything's allowed. I think when everything is allowed and everything is played perfectly, warrior can win. Because of anti-venom. Breaking, crippling. I think Yamato's going to fold under that. But Yamato also won't have a lot of CDs. Yeah, he's Yamato wins versus T1. Yeah, but T1 has no clue what's going on. Like, it's an entirely different duel when you're fighting a warrior who's actually, like, defensive stance, shield swapping appropriately, and, like, squeezing out the appropriate rens, rocket helmet, anti-venoms for crippling, trinketing a kidney at the right time. Like, there's some shit. You lost, though? You're right. I'm worse. I don't know who's going to win. I feel like that's definitely like a Sony question or a rogue question who's actually practiced at like warrior versus rogue duels at our gear level. Because gear is definitely a factor as well for those two. Yo, am I in the raid? You'd probably be in the raid, Poke. You're classified as a non-sweat. I wouldn't worry about it. If you're a non-sweat and you average like 3K plus viewers, you're probably in the raid. First raid, at least. Which means, yeah, the future ones too. I'm not going to say you're guaranteed in, but that's... As long as you're a non-sweat. The thing is, I can't say much. Because Tyler saw some clip of me talking about how Cillian probably won't be in the first raid because she's a sweat. And he was like, she's definitely in the raid. 100... okay. But that means you're going to have to bench Zaryu. As an example. Like... Someone's going to be benched for her because she is a sweat, and that's fine. But it's not as simple as like, I didn't want her in the raid. No, I would love to have Cillian in the raid. That'd be great. But the 10 sweat rule is kind of things. So when you're met with like Zaryu chatters being like, what the f, don't bench Zaryu, Tyler's now going to have to look at Cillian and be like, oh shit. Oh, especially if we do this shit live, which apparently we're doing, which I didn't want to do, but we're doing it. Zaryu won't hit 60. Zaryu was an example, right? Same with Savix. You want to bench Savix? Okay. You want to bench Guzu? Okay. Zeroji? Ampi? Like, I keep going down this list of people. Zico, you want to bench him? Because we only take 10. Someone's going to be benched here. Jokered? Okay, we can bet Jokered. So, like, those are the places that Cillian has to compete with. So maybe Tyler misunderstood what I meant when I said Cillian's not going to be in the first raid, probably. Maybe he thought, like, she wasn't going to raid at all. Cillian's absolutely going to be in the raid, just not the first one. Well, now she might be. We'll see. Bench Grayson. Yeah, Grayson's probably going to get benched. Like, all memes aside, like, I'm really good friends with Grayson, but he's a sweat, and those 10 first spots are really competitive. Like, Wake is probably benched too, and it's a really good friend of mine. But Wake's a sweat. And, like, when I, outside of my own personal friends, like, it's Peo. Is Peo benched? Peo's a sweat. Does he get one of those? It sucks. But those 10 sweat spots are highly competitive. Bean's probably benched, guys. And I really like Bean. For the first raid, he's benched. They're too good. They're too experienced. And they've clearly raided in Classic before. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't saying the kind of stuff before because I planned on doing this draft off stream, but now that we're doing it on stream, I might as well say these things. Doesn't matter anymore. But it's also only one raid. After that, everyone's going to be raiding. It's just the first raid. Why not 2 raids? We will. There will be 2 raids. It's the first raid. That is how our progression is doing. If we want to, once we clear MC, with 10 sweats and 30 non-sweats, we essentially have unlocked Molten Core. Now just go in the raid. And we'll have 2 split raids. But the rule at the beginning of OnlyFangs, and we're going to hard stick to it, not going to change it, 10 sweats, 30 non-sweats. That will be the first raid. And we may die. Or at least, I think people will die in the raid, but I think we'll clear it. Because MC is not that hard. Summit's not a sweat. Summit is not a sweat, no. If I had to get a hard clarification, if you are a sweat if you have cleared MC before after 2019. I don't care if you raided in 2004. Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. But if you raided in Classic WoW after 2019 at any point,
what are you looking for?
You are a sweat. And there's a lot of imbalances. Like, Peekaboo is not a sweat. Peekaboo is one of the best players in the guild. We have race to world first gamers who are not considered sweats. They've never played Classic. But that's just how it works. So is Uber Danger a sweat? Yes. If Uber Danger is, yes, Uber Danger is a sweat. Unfortunately, yeah. Mir has rated in Classic, I'm sure. Mir would be a sweat. Do I count as a sweat? Yes, I should count as a sweat. But chat was memeing saying I should be a sweat because I lost to Tyler. But on the rules of have I rated since 2019? Yes, I have. I am a sweat. Is Viki a sweat? No, she's only rated in OnlyFangs. OnlyFangs doesn't count. Last OnlyFangs, at least. Is Moon a sweat? Moon rated in 2019. I'm pretty sure he played. He's a sweat. So yeah, are we going to bench Moon? Like, this sucks. See, you see the problems here? You see why I kind of just said Cillian's probably not going to get a raid spot in the first raid? It's Moon or Cillian. Moon's not a sweat. I mean, I agree. Moon blows. But Moon did raid after 2019. With that hard rule as the definition, Moon is benched. Or not benched. Moon is a sweat. And yeah, there's definitely some holes in it, but that was the only hard defining rule I could put down to easily define people. Sony is talking to Sardaco, saying he can smoke him easily. Uh-oh. Sony just loves coaching the Warriors, man. It doesn't matter. He's on the Warriors team. Always. Why is Sardaco being punished if he loses? Shouldn't it be only Yamato? Yeah, but who cares, dude? And I appreciate Sardaco just sucking it up. He also did steal the mace, and yeah, he gave it back, blah, 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 but he did still rat that shit. But, you know, even despite that, like, even Sardaco would be like, who cares?
The top end on it, like, what's the speed?
It's only 217. 3.4.
There's Demon Shear that also puts a dot, but it's like shorter, but it has.
He's got to go farm some sleep
There's
dust.
also Blackrock Slicer, which is a 4.0 speed 2-hand axe. It does like a really long bleed.
Yo,
Yeah,
Saw,
that's
just
good.
letting you know so it's not sideways, okay?
All right.
You know, if I'm doing anything with anyone, bro, you're my guy. It's the hype house. It's content house. I'm moving to Texas. We're living together. However, listen, when it comes down to it, I want a raid slot in that first raid. And dude, this is content creator versus content creator.
He ain't getting it.
Dog world. And I got to do what I can to keep the bread on my table, keep the food on my table for me and my family.
I'm not in the first raid.
I'm just letting you know I had to make a decision so I can get in the first raid.
Oh, okay.
So I may or may not be. I don't know. I'm just saying it first to you because I love you. Maybe coaching Yamato. I'm just saying. I love you though. I will also coach you as well because I love you.
Okay, so Tyler is selling a raid slot.
Get in this raid, bro.
Whoa, Showback. You gotta coach him wrong, okay? They're like a little bit wrong.
Oh my god.
Hey, yo, keep the DMs, bro. Keep this shit to DM now.
Wait, I should have bargained that. I should have bargained Yamato's raid slot if I win.
Hey, nah, come on. No, hey, I came to y'all. Don't be copping my shit now.
I think I should get a raid spot if I win.
Hey, come on, bro. It's gonna make it even more competitive for me, bro. Nah, but true, leverage that. No, you should leverage that actually.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I would go in there right now and be like, you know what just came to my mind? and go down there to Tyler. Be like, no, what just came to my mind? And before you say anything, you say what? Say, get fucking soda in here right now. Power stance, both those motherfuckers are, and get soda and Tyler one in there and say, listen, also, I want to add this because I know I'm a sweat. Get me the in there. And also, I don't know, maybe at the end, just slide in Showbeck, bro, because I'm just saying I created this whole idea. But dude, just get in there, bro, and just take the stance. Dude, I'll join you too. I'll go down there and back you up right now.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, should I message him?
No, power stance, level 24. Just jump in that shit with me on 3. C-Dan, get in there too. Moral support. Fucking donut.
Wait, where am I going?
We're going leveling 24 in 1, 2, 3, go.
Maybe there was not a lot of drama with it. They were straight up like, we know that you're probably gonna give it to him.
Sorry.
We discussed it. It's fine, but you just talk to us. And I was like, sure.
Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry, we got more people. What's up?
Would it be okay if I got a raid slot since Yamato dies? If I win?
Get soda in. Get soda in. No, get soda in. Tell him to get soda.
Okay, so wait. So you're
Well, Yamato's raid slot.
want a raid slot.
Get soda's in.
am
No,
okay
say
with
hello?
that, actually.
There it
I'm
is, there it
completely
is.
okay with that. We gotta ask Soda though, because I haven't talked to him too much about raid spots.
Okay, hello?
Okay, so we are wagering Yamato's raid spot as well. Sardaco wants Yamato's raid spot. But I haven't talked about. We haven't talked about
So
raid yet.
here's the. So it's complicated. We're only allowed 10 sweats. Okay. These are highly competitive spots. For example, Moon might be benched because Moon is.
He's not a sweat.
He's the hard definition. You're right. Like there are people that I would consider a sweat, but I had to draw a hard line as to what fully defines it, just to make it easier and less complicated. If you have raided Classic WoW a single time since 2019, you're a sweat. Moon has. He had a guild. So, example, Peekaboo's not a sweat, and Peekaboo's one of the best PvPers, but he's never played Classic WoW before. So, it's a little awkward and hard to define all of this, and that's why it's so, like, tangled. But the hard definition is if you've raided since 2019, you're a sweat. Moon is considered a sweat. Zaryu is a sweat. Guzu is a sweat. Savix is a sweat. Everyone in this call is damn near a sweat. There are people with 5,000 viewers who will be benched on the first raid because the first 10 sweat spots are that hyper competitive.
Thank you for calling me a sweat.
So for the second raid, what's going on? Then
So
after
after the first raid, I don't give a fuck. It's you and me, Tyler. We're each gonna have our own raids. We're gonna split the teams evenly to try and make them as, you know, strong as each other. Like you'll have Cillian because I think Cillian's a harder or a bigger character on your stream, for example.
Bro, how is Cillian, by the way, not in the first raid? What are we doing here?
Well, again, Cillian she's a sweat. So she can be in the first raid. Like, you can make it happen, but you're now going to have to bench Moon as an example. So you want Cillian over Moon? And that's fine. Just understand it's not like we just snap our fingers and she's in. There are costs to it.
Gotcha.
I
would say yes there, by the way. I would actually say yes. But anyway.
Okay.
So
No, that's fine.
So
Then we do that. But it's
we'll
only
talk
the first
about
raid.
that because we'll talk.
That's
I don't
just
know
the first
actually
raid.
no.
It's fine. The first raid is not the biggest deal. People really want in, but we're going to be doing a ton of MCs afterwards. This is all just the first raid. After that, I don't care who's in each raid. We can have 30 sweats in the raid for all I give a fuck. At that point, the challenge is going to be you're going to be raid leading, Tyler.
I get the honorary. I don't count as a sweat if I take Yamato's spot and take in a non-sweat spot. One exception.
Okay.
I think I'm fine with that. You can come in as an honorary non-sweat.
I can unequip my offhand weapon if you want.
I don't give a no. It's fine. It's one person. So sure, yeah, if you win, you will get in as a non-sweat, Sardaco.
That's the compromise there. I think that's good.
I'm not trying to ruin the whole integrity of the entire raid though. So again,
It's not going to be that. It's one person out of 40. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Sardaco's DPS isn't going to matter that much. He's also not going to talk.
It's pretty good DPS.
Wait, nobody's talking?
I mean, usually the raid leader is doing most of the talking. Everyone needs to kind of keep their mouth shut. So when you're raid leading, Tyler, you're not going to have any help. Everyone's muted.
Yep.
I have a subjective photographic memory. It doesn't matter. I can remember anything.
Okay.
Hello?
And then you will be perfectly fine.
Perfect.
Hello?
Hello, Moon.
Stop, Moon Moon.
Am I being benched?
Apparently,
You
you're not
are.
raiding. Is what Soda
No,
said.
I'm just giving an example because Tyler is very adamant that Cillian goes to the first raid. At this point, now that we've centered around it so much, she's probably going to be in the first raid, and that's great.
Well,
Good
no,
for her.
it's not just. I'm just saying. I don't know what your criteria for the 10 sweats are. She's busted her ass more than anybody in the guild. I
So
don't understand why she wouldn't be the
What
first
about
raid.
Zeroji as well?
Yeah.
Ampy.
Okay, that's 2. Okay, you mean another one?
Okay, now we're talking about the 10K and 5K Andes. Now we're talking
Wait,
about
hold
Moon
on, let's
Moon
not
and
leak the
Zarya.
draft.
Okay, so this is okay. Message you sent me that we would go over a list, or we'd like. Are we doing this?
We're going to be doing this
In a
on
day?
stream.
Okay, we'll do it then.
Yeah, but yeah, these are, this is like, you're right, this is wasted content, but this is the debate. It is a
got
tough
you.
discussion.
I got you.
But I want your input because, yeah, Tyler, like, you're one of the
I'm
big
out here in the
hitters.
trenches, bro.
Yeah,
I'm the
well,
war chief, but I'm out
you're-
here in the trenches.
You're the war
I
chief,
think
and
that
you're,
a
you're-
draft would be really good content for you
Shut
guys.
up, Sardaco.
my only
Anyway, go on,
issue,
Soda.
my only issue with doing a draft, and Miz really wanted to do like this whole NFL thing. Number one, Tyler can't be there in person. Number two, I don't want the first raid to feel like a climax like it did last time because we still have to raid after. And I remember, even though I had to step away, before I did, after we cleared MC one time, I logged back in, everyone was demotivated, everyone wanted to quit. I don't want that to happen again. I don't want it to feel like a complete climax after we clear our first MC. Because we have to clear MC like 5 more times after. With Tyler raid leading, Mary raid leading, Grubby raid leading,
Whoa,
a bunch of idiots.
brother, you're trolling. Or is that a
No,
serious
every
thing?
single week we're going to make every MC different with someone new raid leading. Yes, that is how we're
And
going to make
everybody has to mute while they lead.
They're going to have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Brother, Mary.
They will have, well, actually, I was just talking. They will have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire prompts. And they can say, I want to phone a friend. But if they do that, they gain points. And at the end, both MCs are going to have a total amount of points based on the time they took to clear and the amount of points they accumulated by asking people for help.
Oh, not bad, actually.
So you can ask for help. You'll have a phone a friend or whatever. So all of this is going to partake. That's how we're going to make these MCs more fun. That's why I don't want this first MC to feel like a climax, because these future MCs are going to be interesting.
Okay, but what if people saw that Mary was raid leading and they're just like, I'm busy that day. I can't.
Okay, then we replace them with someone else. They don't get to go to raid now. Like that's sure they can back out. We have replacements. We have like 160 level 60s and only 80 people are gonna raid. Even then, so like we might even have 3 raids, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're starting with 2 for now.
Okay, listen, real quick.
Yes.
You can't bench me, coach. Please.
I don't want to bench you, Moon.
Coach.
I just use
Coach.
you as an example, dog. As like when there's only 10 sweats
Coach.
allowed. I hear you, Moon. I would love for you to be in the raid. I'm gonna fight
not
for
a
you to get a
sweat!
spot. But by the heart, you're right. It's bullshit. You're right. It's bullshit. But have you raided since 2019? Yes, you had a guild, Moon. You had a guild. Guano Gang. I'll never forget it. Yeah, they sucked ass, but you did raid. That is the you are a sweat. It sucks. It's bullshit. It's not fair, but that's how it is. Yeah, Peekaboo, the best PvPer in the world, damn near, is not a sweat because he's never played Classic. There are race to world first people in the guild that are in like retail. They're not sweats because they haven't played Classic. You're right. It's not fair, Moon. I'm gonna fight for you to have a spot on the draft. I'll fight for you.
When is this draft day?
I messaged you.
Oh, okay. I'll look at it.
Hold on. No, I had to scroll through the 18 paragraphs I sent you.
Yeah, it's fine. I read them.
Yeah, you skimmed them. Hold on.
No, dumbass. The second part was somebody else's message you sent to me. I read your first message. I have more respect for your time, honestly. I'm an adult, Sardaco. I'm an adult.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
proud of you.
Okay, here we go. Oh, fuck, that's not it. Where did I message this to you? Oh, on January 31st, we will be hosting a draft. We're going to form our first MC raid. It'll be you, me, Mizkiff, and potentially Ampy. But I don't think we need them.
Before? We're doing it the day before?
We are.
So people don't know if they made it until literally the day before.
Well, the problem is we don't know if they're going to be in because, is Cillian going to be 60?
You want to give them enough time. Okay, that makes sense.
We don't know who's going to be 60, who's going to, people could die. I guess we could replace them. Not everyone in the 40 is going to die. But yeah, the day before, man, draft is going to happen. And if they can't make it, I know you drafted me, but I can't. Okay, we'll replace you. I guarantee you all of the 10 sweats we pick are going to make it. They're just full-time streamers, and they'll be there.
Okay, and are we also drafting the 30 lessers as well?
Yeah.
Okay, full draft. I got you.
Full draft, all 40. All 10 sweats, all 30 non-sweats are being drafted right there and then.
Gotcha.
Well, sounds to me like 31 or 11 sweats because Sardaco might get in. We'll see.
We'll see. We're still. This is Monday. We'll see.
All right. So we'll see the Lesters too. All right, I just filled you all in. Good luck.
Yep.
I will fight for Moonspot. Like I would, for Moon to get benched. Cillian's great. She's amazing, but it's Moon. See, in that context, if it's one or the other. But again, when I have the list and I see all the names, maybe Cillian and Moon can get in and everyone's happy. Maybe Zaryu doesn't make it to 60 and we don't have to worry about Zaryu. But now you're filled in on the complications of it.